Alright, so the layout for this is we're gonna make a village. Now, the village isn't an original idea, and I'll get deeper into that later. But basically, it sits on custom terrain, and the custom terrain needs, I want to say about 10 shulkers worth of materials. So we're gonna collect that, round that up, build it, and then we'll show at the end. Now, the problem lies in that is we don't really have all the materials. We need a bunch of tough stone, cobblestone, diorite, there's the calcite. We need a bunch of those. We don't have much. We also need a bunch of wood, green wool, and one of the grays, and some of these valuables. And basically we're going to just format all this into a single village that isn't unfinished. And the reason I'm saying that is, well, if we look at the first one, I never finished it. I got bored of it. Mainly because it took forever. I mean, we built the docks and then we built all this, but this kind of got boring. Because it was just the same thing over and over and over and over again. Now for this village, we're going to do a lot more completion, I want to say. As in, we're going to finish it by doing more work. And all this work is going to make it not so boring to walk through. As I know it looks kind of interesting and enticing, but after you walk through it twice, it's just the same old. So, we're gonna go collect materials and then start building. Enjoy the montage. Alright. I know it's been a while. I did the math and we've spent over 100 hours building. Literally. And so far, this is step 1 of, I think, 3. But once it's all finished and done, it'll look really cool. But this is the village so far. We're going to add a forest in the next video, and then after that, the watering hole, which I'll get more in depth into next time. Now, starting off, we built a village. Well, first, before that, we built the custom terrain. Like these huge rocks, gargantuan rocks. Oh, and this was also an idea based off of Peaceful Penguin, so this whole village idea is. We won't take credit for that. We will take credit for this build, though. A much smaller scale version. But walking through these paths, we have the tavern, and we've nicknamed this village Fiestas. And enter here we have like a little lectern that just kind of, you can pause and look at this, but this is like a made up menu and stuff for it. And then we put like a spear and an item frame to look like a pen or like a pencil. We have room keys, like a nice floor design, flooring. We used smithing tables because they looked like I want to say it looked like they've been trampled a lot and walked over. So that's the look we went for on them. And then back here we've got like a nook or like a corner for a larger party. And then we have like a date spot, what it looks like. And then we just have like a whole bar and stuff. And then like we used a lot of trends on this too. And that is because, well, the trends are like a religion in the world. And they're worshipping this like how do I put it? Like a ocean deity. We also added like rafters and stuff. And then back here we just have like a fireplace stuff, and then we have kegs. And then another shrieker. I love putting these in builds. And then we also have all these mob heads. Because they were laying in my ender chest and I didn't know where to put them. So I threw them around in there. Heading up here, this is where we have all the the inn rooms, not the tavern anymore. We have a huge, this is the largest rooms, meant for wealthy people to come in, or just larger groups. Yeah. And then we just have all these kind of like decorations. I didn't want it to be really open. And here we have like a cramped room. It's smaller than this one. They only get more cramped the farther down they are, the more cramped they are. But this one, this pot is tweaking out inside of these mangrove roots. I'm not sure what that's all about, but pretty cool. And then just more cramped rooms. We put mob heads in almost everything inside of the tavern. And then this is also all built into a rock. I'll walk through the whole thing in Spectator after the survival tour. We also added a full custom, or two full custom rivers that go through it. It starts here, but we're gonna build the forest over there, and it's gonna just flow that way. And then we have a little crop field to supply the tavern. And then these really cool mushrooms. Anyway, heading over Odin's Overpass, I think. We also used dried gas in these just to look like, I want to see bugs, beetles that are climbing on the mushrooms. We also use these cool cattail designs and then amethyst buds all over, as well as torch flowers, which I had to make a sniffer farm for, which was not fun. And up here into the markets, this is, we used 2 beacons on this world. I'll show you the second one in a sec. We also scattered these lamps all over that are powered by daylight sensors. And then we have these wagons too. And we just have drinks, plants, banners, dripstone, books, and then here's a library-ish area, and rods, and then more plants actually, 2 plant shops. And then in here we have the beacon. I don't know if I can do a view, but it's a full powered beacon. We went to the Stony Peaks. I don't know if you've seen the short yet, but we made a short on that whole mining trip. And then you can barely see it, but there's a lever here, and that can change the color of the beacon. There we go, yeah. And it's just a stained glass connected to a slime block. So it just goes back and forth. Like it. And then we also went around. I think there's only 2 of these, but these are resin blocks, and they're meant to look like oranges, like an orange crate, which I think turned out really nice. Nicely. We'll head down here first, I guess, and then we'll go along the whole avenue or runway thing. We used drip leaves. I had to find some watering traders for that, and cactus flowers. And don't get me started on those. These things are little devils to find and farm. And then we also put scattered emerald ore because we didn't know what to do with it. More orange crates, and then we just have bamboo stalks put up. We have multiple bridges going over to the outer rim. Boat design, we need to add more of these around just because, there's a fishing shop here. this chainmail helmet took so long to get, and that's just because it looks like a net or like a bucket hat kind of. We have boat rentals, nets, and then fishing rods. All make believe, obviously. And then this is like fully walkable, and then it splits off. Or the river split. This is the second custom river. This one was the larger one, and it feeds off into a pond over there, and then into this little area here. And I'll get back to that in a sec. Heading over here, we have this outer rim, which took forever to build because even though it's hollow, but just because it is really large. We have a custom home. These are meant to look like beetroots, or like turnips, I guess. Again, the like religious thing, and then like, this one's meant to be like a fork. That's supposed to be like the sign of the ocean deity. Here we just have nice little cozy, comfy interior. Just meant to make it less boring. And then we actually left most of these houses unfinished, and the main purpose is for you guys to design some interiors and then send them to us. Just because we ran out of time, really. This house is kind of raised, but again, this one doesn't have an interior, which we need to add. So if you have ideas, let us know. Down here, I built a nano crop farm because I needed a lot of packed mud for it. So I just loaded this thing up with bone meal and then let it loose. And I would just like hold my mouse down and then disconnect my controller or just unplug it, and then it would auto place. This came clutch. Because the one we have, it kind of messes up sometimes. Ooh, it's turning night. That's good. And then we just have like storage, and you can actually feed all the drops into here, but we've obviously taken them all out. And then we had mobs keep getting stuck into this minecart for some reason. Not completely sure why. And here we just have like a little beehive, like in like a little garden for them. I also use more of the pitcher plants. And then up here is another one that we don't have an interior for, which we also need one for. This is a 4x5 space, and it is 5 blocks tall. So if you have ideas, please give us them. And maybe your idea will get featured. Here, like a little crop field, it's meant to be like, it look like it's been like half of it withered down. I think we got that look though. And then just, oh my gosh, I use a lot of valuable items in this, but it looks so nice. And then like the redwood trees, they're each about like maybe 20 to 30 blocks tall, and each of them required so many materials. And then we connect most of them with fairy lights, and that is if they were close enough together. Like this is too far, so we didn't. And like these two are really close together, so we did. And then the firefly bushes also add to the aesthetics around it. And then also just all the leaf litters make it look like they've been here for a while, and they're just like, like littered. Anywho, more trees. This is one of my favorite views. It's from like right here. Or the torch flowers. Oh, we can actually head in here, and this is where we have this farm. And here we have Shelby, Laszlo, Boyd, oh crap, and Armin. Oh crap, I don't want to look at my levels. I was able to stack god particles at our XP farm too, so that's why my level count is higher than most. Here's where we've been getting in. We've just been running it in the background because we've been here so long. And then up here, I didn't really know what to add, so I just threw some stuff down and called it a day. Alright, I'm gonna finish walking the outer rim. Oh yeah, and this is the blacksmith's house. We also need an interior for this one. This is a 3x5 interior. It is 5 blocks tall, so 3x5x5. Any interiors we can get, we will take them. This is just a cart meant to be carrying stuff over to it. We included the new spear and the sword and hammer. I was going to put a mace, but I didn't want to prolong this release date. Alright, sorry about that. My recording cut off, and I was trying to change it to daytime. So, magic powers have been activated. Now, I added this little shrubbery area just to kind of give the village a border, at least over here. And then these also are meant to be like mine shaft towers, kind of. Like in the gold rush, they used these, but they were underground. And then inside of this little crack in the walls, where we stored most of our valuables and materials. And if anyone does come up with a good design for like a treasure cave, that's kind of the vibe I'm thinking for, like right here. Gonna make like a little cave in here and then put treasure in it or something. I would be willing to get like a netherite block for that or something. But just spitballing ideas here. We do appreciate any comments or like ideas for this world, because trust me, it can get really hard coming up with new video ideas. You would understand if you tried making stuff like this. Right now I'm just gonna kind of run around the village. I'm not really gonna talk and just get some like good views from it, because there's like a lot to explore here. And also my least favorite part of the video, if you haven't, please like and subscribe. I tend to keep it to the end so you have leverage to determine if I've earned it or not. So there you have it. It's done. Let's go. I don't know if I've shown this yet. I might have. This is our third take on this clip, but over here we have the wishing well, the old wishing well. And then you can drop down here into our new permanent enchanting setup, which is really cool. I have ominous trail keys to my each. Oh yeah, here's a mace I could have used for it. But basically, I kind of went for like a dark, ominous theme or feeling, mood, whatever you call it. And really what it's meant to be is lost archives, and that's just the kind of look. And the lost archives are here because the old villagers in the village by spawn need an artifact to save them from some doomsday that we haven't determined yet. And basically, that artifact protects them. Or it will, once they find it. And those archives are supposed to lead to this up here, which is the, I don't know if you can see very well, but it's supposed to be an artifact. Kind of spitballed lore ideas here. We land on a tree. You can see it. Okay, the tinted glass is like almost invisible. It's meant to be like a pillar up, and it's just levitating above it, which is really cool. And then we have the wither rose. Yeah, that thing's wild. Budgeting adds the dumbest stuff sometimes. Now, this has taken us a while, so any support we can get, or comments. You don't even need to like sub or like or anything. Just comments. We like to hear like to read what you guys have to say. You're the ones who watch us. We don't watch you. So whatever criticism or advice you guys have, we will take it. I think I've said that enough. We'll see you guys in the next one, because we've got a lot to do. We've got to build this whole forest over here. It's gonna be kind of like Gulliver's Travels, if you've seen that. You're just kind of like walking in the grass. So I have just made a gravity block duper before this. So I'm gonna go run that and get about 3 shulker boxes of concrete powder. So I can start on the custom terrain, and then the, like, trees or grass or whatever you call it. But it's been quite the journey for this. And trust me, it's a journey just looking at it. It'd be pretty cool if we got like a map maker to take our world. Maybe we'd like add some paths in between everything. But just connect it all and then make like NPCs. Just spitballing ideas here. I think we can end it here. Bye guys, see you in the next one.